How's it going, everyone? Seth Muntz here with Disc Golf Strong. So I'm on the road right now for work, and I'm about to go play around a disc golf. So before I do, I wanted to do a little core workout to get my muscles of my core, my abs, my glutes, everything engaged and ready for what I'm going to do out on the course. So I wanted to share with you the core routine that I'm going to be doing. Now, if you like this video, I ask that you like it and share it. If you don't mind, so that other disc golfers like you and me can make sure that we get our core strong and play the best disc golf we can. So the first exercise I'm going to do is a hip flexor stretch. Okay, I call this a half kneeling hip flexor stretch. So all I'm going to do is a half kneeling position, which is just like this. Okay, one knee on the ground, one leg forward. I'm going to get nice and tall, which means my shoulders stay over my hips stay over my knees. So I'm not leaning like this. A lot of times I see people do hip flexor stretch and they're like this. We're just really kind of hanging on our ligaments. We're not stretching the muscles of the hip flexors, okay? So I'm going to get nice and tall, shoulder over the hip over the knee. I'm going to imagine I have a tail, and I'm tucking my tail between my legs. So you'll see my hips, they'll roll, my pelvis will roll, okay? Now that's important, one, so that we can learn to be able to control our pelvis, okay, independently of our lower back. And that just means that we're not trying to do that every time we want to move our pelvis, but that I can actually move my pelvis around independent of here. That's very important, especially for disc golf, and I'll get into that in another video later. But also, rolling that pelvis will get a bigger stretch on that hip flexor and also that quad. So you may feel a lot of stretching in here. You may not even feel it in the hip flexor because your quad's so tight. Okay, so I'm here, tuck your tail between your legs, and now I'm just going to squeeze this glute muscle, okay, right here. I'm going to squeeze this as hard as I can. So when we squeeze the muscle on one side, when we contract it on one side of a joint, the muscle on the other side of the joint has to relax. I can't contract my bicep and my tricep at the same time, okay? It's one or the other. So by squeezing here, makes this relax. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of push forward just a little bit. My whole hips, like my hips, my shoulders, everything. And then I'm going to hold that for about 20 to 30 seconds, and I'm going to switch sides, okay? So on this side. Now, I've got a video out there talking about how I don't like stretching, static stretching, like stretch and hold like this for disc golf in most cases, especially right before a round. So when I get out there, I'm going to do my warm-up, which is going to be dynamic stretching, okay, which is a constant movement through full range of motion versus stretch and hold. Research shows that stretching and holding right before performance can potentially decrease your performance, your power output and all that. So you don't want to do this right before you play. So that's why I'm doing it this morning, okay? So I'm engaging here, I'm pressing forward a little bit and tucking that pelvis. So 20 to 30 seconds. The next we're going to do is called the glute bridge. So these are the strongest muscles in the body, the glutes. And now that I've stretched these muscles out, I want to strengthen the muscles on the other side. Now this is something we all need to do. We all need stronger glutes. They're the strongest muscles in the body, like I said. And they are what help us create that power from the ground up to be able to throw the disc. So if you don't have strong glutes, not only is there a potential increase in the incidence of lower back pain and stuff like that, lower back injuries, but also the power development and the ability to produce a lot of force goes way down when our glutes are not strong, okay? So this is a glute bridge. So I'm just gonna lie on my back here. My feet are about shoulder width apart, knees bent, feet flat on the ground. I'm gonna have my hands palms up, and I'm gonna squeeze my glutes and push my heels into the ground, okay? So I'm engaging my glutes as hard as I can, and then I come back down. So push the heels down, squeeze the glutes to lift the hips up. Now I don't wanna go too high. I'm not trying to go like this. Okay, I just want to get up as high as I can, about where I'm like a washboard right here. Okay, engage on those glutes, hold for about 2 to 3 seconds, and then come back down. Do 8 to 12 of these, pausing for 2 to 3 seconds at the top. Okay. The next one we're going to do is a hard style plank. So a lot of people have done a plank before, okay, but a lot of times when people do planks, they try to do it for a long endurance, a long period of time, okay, and we kind of stay loose and relaxed. So it's just like this. We're just kind of just hanging out, okay? Planks, we want to create a lot of tension in the body and do them for less time, okay? They're going to be harder. We create a lot more tension and decrease the time. So this is called a hard style plank. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to engage my abs where I'm going to brace like I'm bracing for a punch. So imagine someone's giving you a punch in the stomach and you're bracing against that. That's what you want to do. Don't suck in the belly. Brace it. You want to squeeze your glutes together hard, and you want to, what we call, pull your elbows towards your toes. So it looks like this. Okay, so I'm not actually lifting my elbows up and pulling them towards my toes. I'm just moving my arms across the ground, and that's going to engage your abs big time. You're going to really feel that. Make sure you breathe during these. Hold for about 8 to 10 seconds. So just like this. Then I'm going to relax. I'm going to do anywhere 3 to 5 of those, okay? 3 to 5 of those. Last one is going to be the shoulder taps. So this is one of my favorite exercises for the shoulder and the core. Okay, I've got a video out about this that goes more in depth, but this is the shoulder taps. So I'm going to start with my knees about shoulder width apart. I'm going to drive my hands hard into the ground. So you don't want to be like this. I'm pushing my body away from the ground, and that gets my shoulder nice and strong and stable. Now all I'm going to do, slight brace in my abs, like I'm bracing for a punch, squeeze the glutes, and tap, tap, okay? Now if this is, you need a little more challenge, this is a little too easy, you can go here and tap. Now we want to make sure that when we're doing this, we're not doing that, because that takes away the core component of it, okay? So find which position you can own and own that position. And owning means that if I'm here, but then I go to here, and I'm not moving side to side, you want to go there. Go about 8 to 10 shoulder taps each side, maintaining that pressure into the ground. So that's my quick core circuit of 4 exercises. Do 1 to 3 rounds of those, and you'll be good to go. All right, thanks again. Like I said, if you like it, please like it. If you want to share it, please share it. And have a great day, and go play disc golf strong.